office in Akure, the thought in that either payment of the grant of naira in gratuities to local government retirees. In his address of welcome, the Permanent Secretary, Pension Transitional Department, Jide Ekpobomini, who set the tone for the event, said the payment is the biggest single disbursement in the history of the state.
This category of retirees are not receiving just a fraction or a percentage, but they will receive the full payments of whatever.
In their messages of goodwill, the State Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Amidu Takuro, and the Head of Service, Bayo Philip, applauded Governor Aiyedatiwa for changing the narratives of the senior citizens and residents of the state.
Less than a month ago, we were here distributing R1 billion for the people of Ondo State who are pensioners at the local government and the primary school, under the leadership of the caring leader, Lucky Mission Aiyedatiwa.
The positive implication of your priority commitment to payment of salary and pension regularly, and then this steady payment of gratuity, is that the service is safe in your hand.
Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who restated his resolve to leave the state better than he met it, urged more support of the people for his administration, which are promised not to politicize the state's development. Aiyedatiwa, who said his passion to the well-being of residents, especially workers, remains unwavering, promised that backlogs of gratuity arrears will soon become a thing of the past in the state.
Under my humble watch, government will continue to advance the welfare of the people, and no segment will be left out. Not even the veterans who have served our dear state in their prime. Our well-conceived approach to gratuity payments is to tackle the frightening arrears which has more or less made our respectable retirees to lose hope. I'm sure your hope is renewed now. By this sure and steady mode of bulk payment, all retirees should be rest assured that sooner than later, the backlog of gratuities will be fully paid.
The governor, who stressed the need for peaceful coexistence for overall development, appreciated people of the state for their maturity and commitment not to be part of the recently held nationwide protest.
It is with great pleasure that I flag off the disbursement of the sum of 2.2 billion to defray the arrears of gratuities owed 2015 state retirees and 1 billion for completion of year 2012 and payment of 2013 primary school teachers and local government staff to the glory of God and the benefit of our senior citizens.
He called on political gladiators to eschew violence and put the interest of the state above personal interest as the state goes to the poll in November. Responding on behalf of the beneficiaries, Mr. Adedayo Ajayi and Chairman of the State Pensioners, Mr. Johnson Oshunyemi, appreciated the governor for the renewed hope and prayed for his success at the fast approaching governorship election. speaking with Osrc, some of the beneficiaries who could not hide their joy promised judicious use of the money and thanked the governor for ending many years of hopelessness. In another development, Ondo State government has reassured residents that it will not shirk its responsibility of making life more worth living for them. The state deputy governor, Dr. Olaide Adelami, spoke during a visit to Ayetoro community in Ilaje local government area of the state, where residents are being challenged by sea incursion.
Sea incursion has been a great challenge for people of Ayetoro community in Ilaje local government area of Ondo State for several years. Previous governments had put in efforts to mitigate the environmental challenge, but no meaningful results are being achieved. This informed the visit of the Deputy Governor, Dr. Olaide Adelami, to affected communities. The Deputy Governor, represented by his Permanent Secretary, Idowu Ojo, said the situation needs urgent attention.
The community are written a letter to the government requesting for assistance, and we are here to see for ourselves, and like you said, we have seen, and we'll go back and report to the government what we have seen. And government had always been supportive of the people in giving relief to people under stress, and I believe that this will not be an exception. We are going to write our reports, and I believe that Mr. Governor, being who he is, will respond accordingly.
The transition chairperson of Ilaje local government, Mrs. Toyin Ogunbure, appealed to the federal and the state governments to urgently come to the aid of the people.
The situation is beyond our power. We want to appeal to the federal government to rescue our people. Our women are suffering. They don't have anything. Even to take care of their baby, they don't have money, they don't have material. So, including our men, the federal government should intervene to rescue our people from this problem.
The Ogeloyibo of Ayetoro, Oba Oluwanbe Ojagbunmi, and others also appealed to appropriate authorities to urgently carry out the embankments required to safeguard the communities.
It has eaten 80% of our land, not just barren or bare land, but buildings, industries, shops, and houses of the community. There used to be 45 streets in Ayetoro. Only about 15 streets are remaining now. The rest are in the sea.
I'm facing a big problem with this place. A few years ago, you can see the town now. It's been destroyed. We live by communal effort here, and here we do a lot of establishment, boat yard, fishing grounds, and also they have factory for shoemaking, roofing department. Even as far we have a cool room.
For the past 20 years, we have been experiencing recurrent ocean surge that has wreaked havoc on the community, destroying properties worth billions of naira and more than 700 residential houses, including schools, hospitals, and maternity centers.
Some of the communities visited include Ogogoro, Babijo, Etubo, Abereke, Ereke, and Abereke Suicide, all in Ilaje local government area of Ondo State.
In the meantime, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has flagged off the 10.9 kilometer Obajare-Idonre road in the Idonre local government area of the state. It is the fourth within the last 6 months out of the 12 roads awarded for the improvement of rural access and agricultural marketing in the state. Idonre to Obajare Rural Road is under one of the road interventions called rural upgrading.
Obajare Road is a major axis in Idonre that links a number of villages that produce commodities, especially cocoa, in large quantities, but with bad road network.
But we thank God today, lẹ́ni mo rí ọwọ́ ìjọba láti bí 3 weeks to this times iṣẹ́ tí ń lọ iṣẹ́ ò dẹ̀ dúró.
Supported by the International Development Association, a subsidiary of the World Bank and French Development Agency, and Federal Government of Nigeria, RAM project covers all the 18 local government areas of the state with about 700 kilometers earmarked for construction and 9 agro-logistics centers to be built across the state. RAMP Director General Adeniyi Adelabu, who praised the need for good road network for easy movement of goods and services in the agrarian communities, posited that the continuous payments of counterpart funds by the Ondo State government has positively influenced the state rating at the World Bank.
Mr. Governor once said that I want to open up the forest by constructing rural roads so that farmers can easily bring their produce to markets. I must emphasize that Ondo State Rural Access and Agricultural Marketing Project, which is known as RAM, has been at the forefront of achieving this mandate of Mr. Governor on this agenda.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Wole Akinlosotu, noted that the project would not only put smiles on the faces of the rural dwellers, but will also increase the trust of the foreign communities in present administration.
It is noteworthy to inform you, sir, that the project will be rounded up in the year 2026 for its sustainability. The state has finalized the establishment of Ondo's Rural Assets Road Agency, RARA, and the State Road Fund, SRF, which is one of the critical conditions in the implementation of RAM project in the state.
Community leaders, including political stalwarts, lauded the intervention, saying the present administration is not leaving any stone unturned in bringing succor to the citizens.
I want to appeal to Idari indigenes, both that lives within Idari or outside Idari. They should cooperate with the government because the government are remember them for good, and I know Idari are progressive. They will reciprocate.
By the time this road is being completed now, it will become a micro-economic hub in agricultural product.
The importance of this road will be so massive, so it will enable the community to bring their cash crop, and it will bring a speed development.
We have discovered that cost of production, cost of our farm inputs had been very expensive. But now, cutting these excesses will make the price to be affordable.
This road is one of terrible roads that we have in the local government, and when they call us that the government want to repair it for us, and we really appreciate God.
On this day,
Flagging off the project, Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa reaffirmed the critical roles of agriculture as the cornerstone of the state's economy, emphasizing its centrality to the livelihoods of citizens and the broader economic development strategy. While highlighting agriculture as the backbone of the state's economy, Aiyedatiwa promised to bridge the economic divide across the state through strategic investments in rural infrastructure.
That our administration is fully committed to repositioning the rural communities and the rural dwellers to be a more result-oriented society through the provision of rural access and marketing of the farm produce from our rural areas through the proposed establishment of nine agro-logistics centers across the 3 senatorial districts of our state.
The governor urged all stakeholders, particularly contractors, to take ownership of the project and ensure that the highest standards are met.
In another development, Ondo State government is embarking on aggressive engagement of citizens towards taking good governance beyond 2024. One of such engagements was held in Oda Town, where the Senior Special Assistant to Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa on community engagement in the Central Senatorial District, Mr. Femi Fadairu, met with residents to reassure them of greater commitments to their well-being. The engagement also involved minor urbans in Akure North local government area of the state.
The need to meet minds with rural dwellers and bring governance closer to them was the reason behind this visit to other community in Akure South local government area of Ondo State by the Senior Special Assistant to Governor Aiyedatiwa on community engagement in the Central Senatorial District, Mr. Femi Fadairo, in company of the Special Assistant to the Governor on Women Mobilization, Mrs. Bayo Aino. The Chairman Transition Committee of Akure East Local Council Development Areas, Mr. Kayode Taiwo, said the people are committed to the Aiyedatiwa administration.
Engineer ti lébẹ̀, auditor ti lébẹ̀, àgàtà ti lébẹ̀, àdè àgbà ìrànmọ́ ọ̀dà túnṣẹ́ lébẹ̀ pẹ̀lú fún àtúnṣẹ́ ní sẹ́kítẹ́rì.
Some stakeholders, including Victor Ajonijebu and market women, while applauding the strides of Governor Aiyedatiwa, pledged more support for his administration.
I want to appreciate the governor for the realization of our road.
The Senior Special Assistant, Femi Fadairo, stressed the need for unity of purpose among the people and restated the determination of Governor Aiyedatiwa to grow their businesses through empowerment, in addition to the provision of solar-powered lights for the community. Similarly, Special Assistant to the Governor on Women Mobilization, Mrs. Bayo Aino, noted the need for genuine commitment and urged more prayers for the Aiyedatiwa administration.
We are developing with this SCDA, with this program.
The team was also at the palace of Olojoda of Oda, where they were received by the regent, Princess Mopelola Tomiwa, who pledged more support of the people for Governor Aiyedatiwa.
Nígbà tí wọ́n fi wá síbí kó tó di pé bàbá wàjà tí wọ́n wá ṣe flag of ojú ọ̀nà tó lọ sí Langodo, in fact mo mọ̀ pé gómìnà tó ṣe gbára lé.
The team later moved to Ijomu for further engagement with the Association of Olus in Akure North local government area of the state. The Olus, who spoke through the Olu of Abushoro, Chief Olumide Afe, highlighted some challenges facing the people and the communities, including elevation of their positions, infrastructural development, security and salary payments. They pledged their support for the governor towards ensuring victory for the All Progressives Congress APC at the November poll. The governor's aide, Fadairo, assured them that plans have been concluded by government to solve some of the challenges listed by the minor urbans, adding that efforts to provide solar power lights and 20-kilometer road infrastructure to boost food sufficiency at the grassroots have reached advanced stage. Speaking with newsmen, Mr. Fadairo and Mrs. Aino expressed satisfaction with the engagements.
Everybody loves Aiyedatiwa. Everybody wants to associate with Aiyedatiwa. Everybody wants to see Aiyedatiwa deliver, for the entire good people of Ondo State, most especially at the central level.
The people know that the government cares about them. They are in the heart of the governor. He's thinking about them. He's coming to meet them in their community. He's bringing governance closer to them.
Keen followers of the policy believe that the grassroots is key to even and rapid development for overall growth.
And as we say goodbye on the program this week, kingmakers in Idori have been urged to speed up the process of selecting a new monarch for the ancient town following the passing of the Owa of Idori, Oba Frederick Aroloye, the Arubiefin IV. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, during a condolence visit, described the late monarch a peace-loving with strong will to advance the community at all levels. Aiyedatiwa, who noted the impactful life of the late sage, said the state is not mourning but rather celebrating a life well spent. The governor said the late monarch was a pillar of unity and a beacon of progress for Idori Kingdom, and lauded his unwavering commitment to the development of his people.
The first port of call for Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa was the palace of Owa of Idori, as he condoled the people of the ancient town following the passing of Oba Frederick Aroloye Arubiefin IV. The governor, accompanied on the visit by political associates and top government functionaries, was received at the palace by some high chiefs. In his opening remarks, a prominent indigene and chairman of the APC in the state, Ade Adetimehin, set the tone for the visit.
You hold this community in high esteem. He believes in this community.
Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who described the late monarch as a pillar of unity and beacon of progress for Idori Kingdom, lauded his unwavering commitment to the development of the people.
Àmọ́ pé kò sí bí bàbá yín àbí màmá yín bá ṣe lè dárúgbó tó tán bá lọ sódì kejì ó máa ń dùn ní torí pé kí ni ẹni tí àtijọ́ ń gbé láti kékeré wa tí à ń wò bí bàbá tán rán wa ṣẹ́ tá ń lọ tá ń bọ̀ tí à ń sùn tá ń jí tán rán wa lọ sílé ìwé tán ń ṣe bí bàbá gidi fún wa. Ìrẹ́pọ̀ yẹn pọ̀ dáadáa tó bá wá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sí ní ètò máa ń dùn ní pé kò ń ṣe pé bóyá kò tó pé kán lọ ṣùgbọ́n pé a ní rí wọn mọ́ yẹn ìyẹn gan ni ohun tó máa ń dùn níbẹ̀. Àwọn olóyè náà kábíyèsí náà ti jọ ń bọ̀ tipẹ́tipẹ́. Wọ́n sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan wọ́n ti ṣe olórí gbogbo àwọn ọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́ta. Ìdánwò kó máa ń yí lọ máa ń bọ̀ ló máa ń yí lọ máa ń bọ̀ ní. Obìnrin kan ti wọ́n pẹ́ lórí oyè náà. Àwọn àti ìjòyè gbogbo wọn náà ti jọ ń ṣe pọ̀. Tí ó bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ kó máa dùn ṣùgbọ́n bá yín kẹ́dùn. Mo dẹ̀ tún fẹ́ bá yín yọ̀ láti dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pẹ̀yìn lẹ́gbẹ̀yìn bàbá.
The governor, who acknowledged the ongoing process of selecting a new monarch, urged the kingmakers to choose a rightful heir to the throne without delay. Responding on behalf of the royal family, the late monarch's first son, Prince Babatope Aroloye, expressed gratitude to the governor for his presence and support. Other speakers who appreciated the governor for the visit expressed their gratitude and support for his administration. Governor Aiyedatiwa also visited the private residence of the Regent of Idori, Chief Olu Akindolire, where he expressed his heartfelt appreciation for the Regent's leadership and diligence in maintaining stability and order in the community during the transitional period. Chief Akindolire thanked the governor for the visit with a promise to sustain the support of the people of the town for his administration. The late Oba Frederick Aroloye, who ascended the throne of Owa in 1976, was the oldest first-class Oba in the state. He joined his ancestors on the 31st of July 2024 at the age of 102.
That condolence visit by Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa to Idori concludes this edition of Government House Diary. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed every bit of it. Next week is another time. Wahab Bankole is my name.